So please repeat after me. Heredity. Heredity. Many types of living things. So these are a couple categories. So the first one, a man has 4 limbs. He has fur on his body. So 2 arms, 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 feet. But altogether 4 limbs. And we have hair. Hair. Not fur. That's a wrong word to use. Or it will be a dog. All right, the next one. A snake has no limbs. It has scales on its body. So it's very flexible, has no limbs, no legs, no arms, no hands, no feet. It slithers around. It uses its own body mass, its own muscle to move around, slither around, and use the ground as traction to move around by using its belly on the ground. Like Nu Hao, the cobra snake in Thailand, or the nucleus, the green snake, the viper. So anyways, both of those like to slither around. They use their muscle mass to move around in this an S pattern, back and forth. But Nu Hao, the cobra snakes, they like to hide during the day. They like to come out during the night. And when you least expect it, they can easily attack you. But they're cowards. They like to hide in the bush. Other snake, the viper, you can see out in the present. Suddenly it'll be hanging from a wire, from a tree, or somewhere close to you. Vipers like to climb up things. Cobras like to hide and sneak attack, like a guerrilla warfare. All right. Anyways, the next category, a squid. Guys, a squid lives in seas. The ocean. Indian Ocean. Pacific Ocean. Pacific Ocean. Other one, Atlantic Ocean. Gulf of Thailand. So any body of water that's deep enough, squid live there. So the deeper the better. So it has tentacles to swim. So it's a type of a sea creature that lives in the ocean. It has really enhanced vision. They have really enhanced vision. So they can see really well in an unlit environment where it's really dark, in a really deep down depth in the ocean. So the further more you go down in the ocean, the more alien-like creatures that will be found or be seen, such as creatures using bioluminescence. They glow in the dark. Because there's no light that reaches the bottom of the ocean, they have to have chemicals in their body to glow in the dark, so they can see food at the bottom, sea bottom, so they'll be able to eat prey. So something similar to that is lightning bugs. Like in Thailand, you see little bugs fly around. They look like a little ghost, but they're not. They also have bioluminescence, but that's so they can see each other and also see prey. But that can also make them a target for bigger creatures to eat them. So it's also a blessing and a curse. All right. Anyways, the next one. A tomato. Guys, stay on track. A tomato plant has flowers and bears fruits. It has stems and green leaves. Tomato, fruits, has seeds. Good. So all fruits, guys, have seeds. Next one. A mushroom has no flowers. It doesn't have green Leaves. Mushroom. Fungus. So it's in the fungus group. So these like to grow in a humid, wet climate, like in a swamp, or maybe even in Thailand. So around lakes, and the climate has to be humid. It has to be hot. It can't be dry. So if it's hot, humid, wet, mushrooms thrive. Fungus thrives in this type of environment. Good or bad. So there's good mushrooms and bad mushrooms. Mushrooms are certain mushrooms that are poisonous. They can kill you. Certain mushrooms that you can eat that are good for your health. They have selenium. They're good for your brain. And there's other ones that have psychoactive properties that you should avoid, because they make you go crazy and think everything is Alice in Wonderland. All right, the next one. Bacteria are so small that we cannot see with our naked eye. Bacteria. Let's see. Not that one. So maybe when you cook food, like chicken or pork or beef, if you don't cook it, it has bacteria. Cooking was designed to kill bacteria. But in Isan, people still eat raw food, but their bodies built an immunity up over time to fight off those parasites or bacteria. But you still can get unlucky and get a tapeworm in your stomach. So bacteria can grow and develop into tapeworms and can clog up your stomach and your intestines, and then you have to go to the hospital. That's why you should cook food. So I'm trying to remember. All right, whatever, I forgot the name of it. So for sure, chicken should be cooked. Or you can get, oh, there it is. Bacteria, Salmonella. Salmonella. So that's the bacteria chicken has if it's raw, uncooked. Again, cooking kills all bacteria because of the heat. All right, then next page. Guys, please go to page 2. Turn to page 2. So continuing heredity, about genetics. All right, there we go. All right, guys, let's continue. The parent. Guys, page 2. The parent. So your mom or dad. The parent of. Let's start over. The parent and the offspring of a type of living thing have some similar physical characteristics. So when your mom and dad have a baby, the DNA is mixed together. But the majority of the traits that are received to the offspring, to that baby, are from the father. So the majority of the facial characteristics or body characteristics comes from the father. So again, in the future, if any of you have a child, they will look like you, but most likely the father, because the genetics come from the father primarily. All right, the next one. Although the offspring may not have exactly the similar, guys, to stay on track, the similar physical characteristics, they will eventually do as they grow. So DNA, genetics, traits are from your parents, but again, from your dad. If you don't get them in the beginning, as you grow bigger and bigger and bigger, you develop in life, you will gain those attributes, those traits from him or from your mom or your dad, but most likely your dad. You'll get your traits from. So you basically grow into them. Parents. So the next sentence, parents. So your mom and dad, parents, mele pa, parents, pass. Guys, read together, page 2. Parents pass. Guys, anakap, song. Parents pass on their characteristics to their offspring. This is known as heredity. Good. Genes are the structures in the cells that are responsible for characteristics in living things. So DNA, genes, DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, DNA. That's a long name for it, but those are genes. We have a lot of that in our body, DNA. So it's information shared from our parents to us, but primarily from our dad. DNA is from them. All right, guys, the next one. The cell is the building block of the human body. All parts of our body are made up of cells. The cell contains a nucleus which controls all the activities of the cell. So at a smaller level scale, at a smaller scale, I'm trying to say, a nucleus is the brain of that cell. Nucleus controls every action that cell does, whether it's good or bad. Bacteria have their own nucleus. So they perform a certain action, such as attacking your immune system, such as attacking WBCs, white blood cells, or RBCs, red blood cells. So WBCs, white blood cells, are your soldiers in your body. They fight off bacteria. They fight off infections. But those can fail, and then your immune system is compromised. That's why it's easy to get a cold, flu, fever, or some other infection of some sort. The RBCs, the red blood cells, carry oxygen throughout your body. Our bodies need oxygen. So our heart is a major engine of that. Pumps blood throughout our body. RBCs primarily throughout our body, especially our brain. Our heart powers our brain. Our brain is basically the CPU of our body. If we don't have it, we can't function. We're dead. So, again, the heart is the engine of your body. The brain is basically the master control of your body. And it needs oxygen to perform. All right, getting back to this, the nucleus. So getting back to the little tiny brain in a cell, the nucleus, guys, the nucleus contains genes. These genes determine the characteristics in us. These characteristics are known as traits. Here are some examples of animal offspring that look like the parents. So a couple different ones. So mom and baby. Duck. So guys, we have three pictures. Let's talk about those. Duck. Guys, duck. Duckling. Cat. Kitten. Chicken. Chick. So let's look at this wall again. Again, sheep. Lamb. Chicken. Chick. Goat. Kid. Cow. Calf. Horse. Foal. Duck. Duckling. Dog. Puppy. Cat. Kitten. Pig. Piglet. All right, good guys, please turn to page 3 and let's continue. Here are some examples of animal offspring that look different from the parents. So let's look at these two pictures. So frog, tadpole, butterfly, caterpillar. So these are two different types of living species. So when frogs lay eggs in the water, they hatch into little amphibious fish called tadpoles. And then they evolve like a Pokemon and grow legs and arms and grow into a frog. They change states. They evolve. Same thing with the butterfly. They lay little eggs, preferably at a high elevation like in a tree. And these eggs hatch into something called caterpillars, little worms. These caterpillars get bigger, and they go up in a tree by themselves, and guess what? They make a cocoon to protect themselves. And they incubate, and they grow and develop wings, antennas, and 6 legs. And these are called butterflies. All right, the next category. Guys, extinction. So means something is wiped out. A certain species is killed or wiped out. Like the dinosaur, for example. Dinosaurs. Extinction. Guys, next bullet point. Extinction. On page 3. So extinction of living things. So living things are now dead. They're gone. Like dinosaurs. So there's 3 important bullet points. 1. Without food, shelter, and clean water, animals cannot survive. When their number decreases greatly, they are considered endangered. So almost dead. Alright guys, so I'm going to stop off on this, and that's it for today. So thank you for your time, and have a good day. Bye guys.